Reimer, and Moody, of course, does not go. 16 laps again. Good weather conditions, perfectly dry. It could not have been better here at Donington Park for the showdown of this 1997 Motorcycle News British Superbike Championship. John Reynolds has to do something very special in this race if he's to lift that third place at the end of the series. There's a bit of contact there. Hislop charging through behind the two Kawasaki's. That's Neil Mackenzie in front of us. That was very, very close. Down through Craner curves they go. And the two Kawasaki's trailing Chris Walker, who got a flying start, as indeed did Sean Emmett. Onto the grass goes John Reynolds, running very wide, so drama already on the first lap. That has put paid to any hopes John Reynolds might have had of taking third place in the championship, assuming, of course, Michael Rutter keeps it upright. Steve Hislop, number 11, going very well indeed behind fellow Scott McPherson, number 13. The Scots contingent, I have to say, extremely strong all the way through this championship. And McPherson, a small man, number 13, behind his teammate Terry Reimer, with Hislop on the Kawasaki in very determined mood. But Hislop leaves his braking just a little bit later, and McPherson gets the verdict at the S's, Steve, at the end of lap 1.
I think I've seen Neil Mackenzie touring. He had a problem, and here we are on board with Neil Mackenzie. Looking back, there is nobody behind him. He is last. He does have a problem. I think he's going into the pits. It could have been something to do with that collision on the first corner. Neil Mackenzie goes into the pit lane.
That is a big disappointment for the new champion. We've not seen him retire his Yamaha all season, but he has today. That's left it clear for his teammate Chris Walker, number 2, or has it? Emmett charges through. Sean Emmett's going to redeem something. He's going to salvage something from this Donington round if it's the last thing he does. He is throwing his bike around the tarmac, and he leads Chris Walker. It illustrates how quick the Ducati is. If you ask a question of it, it delivers. Reimer is in third, 3 on the bike, 3 in the race. He's going well. So this, or going all the way down now, excitement right to the last. A fantastic crowd here. They've turned up in their thousands to witness this spectacle. Look at Walker, blip, blip, blip on the throttle, down through the gears, hard on the brake, heeling it right and left through the S's. The Yamaha was so much quicker on the long stocky straight than the Ducati. They have to rev the throttle very quickly as they change down the gears, grabbing the clutch very quickly. You can see the left hand working frantically. Steve Parrish is in the pits with this man's teammate, Neil Mackenzie.
Neil, not a nice way to end the season. What happened?
Oh, it's not a huge problem. Steve Hislop hit me coming out of Redgate, just ran underneath me and clipped my front brake lever and broke the brake lever. So when I got off the brake, it wasn't there, and far too dangerous to carry on. So I took the best option to stop.
When did you find that? The old hairpin?
Yeah, I got to the old hairpin, went for the brakes, and there was no lever there. I thought, oh, the brake lever's off, and I managed to grab a bit of it and pull it back, and got it all over there. And I was gutted because it would be nice to end on a win, but I won the last race I finished. So.
Exactly, well done.
Cheers.
You've done a good season's work, Neil. You've left it wide open for this young man to take the last race win, though, but Sean Emmett, number 5, has other ideas. We are now riding with Michael Rutter on the Honda. A clear track. There's Matt Llewellyn on the Suzuki. Is Rutter fighting back? Where's Llewellyn? Lurking. See his helmet just on the left-hand side of the camera, and away he goes, Llewellyn. He had the better line coming out of Redgate. That set him up for Craner curves down towards the right-hander of the old hairpin, cutting the apex, coming out wide, then swinging back to the right-hand side of the track to this left-hander of Starkey's. Almost one bend all the way around, but at the front, the battle is still fierce. In third place, it's Reimer. In second place, it's number 5, Emmett. Race leader, Chris Walker, number 2, was laid low with a throat infection. He's lost half a stone in weight. Steve, that's not going to make it easy for him, is it?
It isn't, but the adrenaline's flowing, and Chris Walker, all he could complain about was that his leathers were too loose on him because he'd lost so much weight, but he's charging, and I don't think anyone's going to pass him. Look at the way he peels that bike in there. Rear brake on, sliding it in. It's motocross style. That's the style we spoke about. It is a very aggressive style. He wears his tyres out. He's actually gone for a harder tyre this race. He stated, and it looks like it's working for him. Behind, though, number 3, Terry Reimer, having one of his better rides this season. He'll be very, very keen to finish on a high note. So there we have the battle, and Sean Emmett, who crashed in the earlier race, he's charging. He let his tyres warm up this time, and now he is pushing very, very hard. But the Yamaha does seem to have the speed as they come down now into the old hairpin. Lovely style there from Sean Emmett. Tips that 9.960 Catty in. You can see his left foot there changing gear. Back now, John Reynolds. This is the man we saw go off the circuit on lap 1. He went on the grass. He has it all to do. Whether or not Michael Rutter is aware of the fact fact that he's behind him and he already has that third place in the championship, I'm not sure. But there we see number 33, John Reynolds, charging through.
Reynolds up to 7th place ahead of the number 52, Dean Thomas, riding the Tony Scott Honda. Thomas, on his first outing in the Superbike class, has to be a name for the future in this class. Hopefully someone will sign him up. Hopefully he'll ride for the same team, in fact, in Superbike that have put him on a 600 this year, running in the top 6 regularly of the 600 Supersports. Dean Thomas, the young Australian. And on the subject of riders for next year, will Terry Reimer be in the Superbike class next year? Let's hope so. Whether it's with Kawasaki or whether it's with whatever team, we don't know. This is the time of the year when pens are put to paper, signatures are sought. Michael Rutter almost certainly will stay with the red and yellow V&M team on a Honda, and Steve, rumour is they're putting 2 bikes out for 98.
Yes, that's true, Barry. I think Honda will field 2 machines next year, and that really will put the cream on the cake as far as this series goes. These two now battling for 5th and 6th place. Whether Michael Rutter, as I spoke earlier, realises that he has that 3rd spot, it will be down to his pit crew putting something out on his pit board, and is he looking at it? But the battle still rages on, and it doesn't look to me like he's slowing at all. He is pushing hard. Llewellyn behind him really hasn't had a particularly good season. And let's hope that the Suzuki team can run a very, very professional team as they have done this season.
Michael Rutter will have to dig to the very depths of his talent shortly, because he's off to the Macau Grand Prix to ride a 500cc V-twin Grand Prix Honda 2-stroke. That is a very different kettle of fish from the 750cc 4-cylinder Honda RC45 that he's sitting on at the moment. As I speak, he pulls a huge wheelie. Matt Llewellyn has done a good job for Suzuki this year, but the Suzuki team, probably one of the most professional in the paddock, have just lacked a little something in terms of final speed. That almost certainly will be sorted for 1998. So, next season bodes well. Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Ducati, to name but 5, the top 5 brands factory supported in the 1998 upcoming championship. Chris Walker, will he stay with Yamaha UK, or will he take a World Superbike ride as he goes past a tail ender? Number 26, Colin Hitwell. Walker, number 2, now very much among the traffic, but he is going well, and he's broken the toe, looks over his shoulder, and Emmett now has got the tail enders to deal with as Walker sweeps past them as though they're standing still. But it is a big entry at this last round at Donington, make no mistake, it was a packed grid. Walker knows the checkered flag is inside, and a massive wheelie. The 22nd and final race goes to Chris Walker. His body language says everything. He's thrilled with that one. Never mind the fact that teammate Neil Mackenzie is sidelined. Walker got the win. This the battle for 5th and 6th. Rutter number 4, Llewellyn number 20. Rutter leaving his braking lane, the back wheel locked up. He's missed it. Llewellyn dives through. Now it's a sprint to the line. The Honda versus the Suzuki. Llewellyn gets it. Fantastic ride from Matt Llewellyn. Michael Rutter knows, though, that his day's work at Donington was good enough for 3rd in the championship. These men, the best of friends, and I think that says it all. Llewellyn and Rutter, the hands go out. No ill feelings there. Rutter is happy. Walker, Emmett, Reimer got the better of McPherson. He'll be pleased with that on a personal note, I can tell you. Llewellyn got the better of Rutter, John Reynolds and Dean Thomas.
Yeah, I was so pleased with that one. Did it all to the mind, just fitted a different rear tyre, and it was different again, just brilliant. Perfect. I'm stunned, really. I'm shattered one now. I'm ready for bed.
But a perfect way to end the championship.
Yeah, it's exactly what I needed. I got pole position, and I was hoping I could win a race, but I've been so weak. I've been really struggling, to be honest. But that race, everything went good, and short races, thankfully, so helped me out a lot.
He has visibly lost weight, there's no doubt about it. Mackenzie, though, 402 from 345. It was almost a close-fought thing. The 2 Yamaha men 1st and 2nd. Emmett finished 5th, McPherson got the better of Reimer, and they had a season-long battle. Ray Stringer, the privateer champion, made up for his first race disappointment from Sampson and the 2 Wards, they're no relation. Roger Bennett, Nottingham, Pugh and DeFargo. Ray Stringer, privateer champion by a country mile from Brett Sampson. Ward and Dean Ashton was 4th. Steve Hislop came up to 6th in the privateers from a relatively late start. Yamaha winning the manufacturer's trophy, Ducati, Kawasaki and Honda, they'll do better next year with 2 bikes, of course. Chris Walker wraps up the final win in the series, but what a great year it's been for his teammate and double champion Neil Mackenzie. The Motorcycle News British Superbike Championship goes from strength to strength.